You are 21 years old. You own one good blazer. You ironed it last night. Tomorrow, you walk into 383 Madison Avenue. You have no idea what you're walking into. Summer analyst, age 21, $18,500 for 10 weeks. The elevator opens on the 40th floor, and the view hits you before anything else. Glass, steel, Manhattan. You think, I made it. You have not made it. You're one of 400 summer analysts across the firm. You will be given a task by 9 a.m. You will misunderstand the task. You will redo the task. Nobody will tell you what was wrong. You will figure it out by watching someone else do it correctly, silently, 3 desks away. The return offer rate is 60%. You do the math in the elevator going down every night. 400 analysts, 240 offers. You do not sleep well. You eat free food at every networking event because your monthly rent back home costs less than one dinner at the client entertainment budget. You smile. You shake hands. You say, I'm really passionate about markets 4 times in one evening. You go back to your sublet at midnight. You open your laptop. You keep going. Analyst, age 22, 24, $110,000 base, $30,000 to $70,000 bonus. The return offer came through. You exhale for the first time in 10 weeks. Then Monday arrives. You are the bottom of a living, breathing machine. The machine does not care that you graduated top of your class. The machine needs the pitch deck updated by 6 a.m. The machine needs 47 slides reformatted because the font is 11 point and the MD wants 10 point. You do it. You don't ask why. Your desk is the last one lit at night. The cleaning staff know your name. You learn theirs. That is the most human conversation you have all week. You work 80 to 100 hours, some weeks more. You stop counting because counting makes it worse. You start measuring your life in deliverables. Comps model, accretion dilution, CIM, process letter, binding bids. You make $140,000 your first year, all in. Your friends from college think you're rich. You are not rich. You are tired in a very expensive city. But here's what nobody tells you. You are becoming someone. Every model you build under pressure is a rep. Every all-nighter is a deposit. You are paying for a credential that no MBA can replicate. Year 2, you start owning slides. Year 3, you start owning sections. You begin to think, maybe I stay. Associate, age 25 to 28, $175,000 base, $75,000 to $150,000 bonus. You either got promoted or you left for 2 years to get an MBA from Wharton and came back through the front door with a better title and the same anxiety. Either way, you are now responsible for the analysts below you. This is the cruelest irony. You barely survived being an analyst. Now you must manage one. You are the translator. The VP above you speaks in vague directives. The analyst below you speaks in questions. You stand in the middle and turn "make it more dynamic" into 17 specific slide edits that you then check at 11 p.m. on a Thursday. Your compensation crossed $300,000 this year, all in. You move apartments, you buy furniture that isn't from a Facebook Marketplace listing, you call your parents on a Sunday, and the call is shorter than it used to be. You tell them you're busy. You are always busy. The deals start having your name in the footnotes. Small print, but it's there. You are being watched. You don't know by whom, you don't know for what, but you are. Vice President, age 28 to 33, $250,000 base, $200,000 to $400,000 bonus. You made VP and something shifted. Not in your life, in the room. People start listening when you walk in. Junior bankers sit up. The MD CCs you on client emails. You are no longer building the models. You are reviewing them. You mark them up in red. You send them back. You become the person who once terrified you. You own relationships now. Small ones. A CFO at a mid-cap company. A partner at a PE fund who calls you, not the MD. These are seeds. You don't know which ones will grow. Your all-in compensation is north of $500,000 some years. You own property. You have a financial advisor. Your tax return requires a professional. These are the quiet signs that you are no longer the person who ironed one blazer the night before. But here's the dark part of VP life that nobody posts about. This is where the road forks, permanently. Some VPs stay VPs for a decade. Good money, comfortable. A ceiling made of glass so clear you can see exactly what you will never touch. The ones who make it past here do one thing differently. They bring in business. Not help bring in, not support the effort. Bring in. They pick up the phone and the client says yes because of them. You begin to understand what JP Morgan is really selling. It is not advice. It is not execution. It is trust. And trust has a name. Yours or someone else's. Executive Director, age 33 to 38, $350,000 base, $400,000 to $700,000 bonus. Not every bank has this layer. JP Morgan does. That tells you something about the size of this machine. You are proof that the machine rewards patience. You run deals now, not just work on them, run them. You are in the room when the CEO of the target company asks if this is the right move. You look him in the eye and you answer. You have done this enough times that the nerves are gone. What replaced them is something colder and more useful: judgment. Your name appears on tombstones, the little rectangular ads that banks publish when a deal closes. $2.4 billion acquisition. Lead advisor, JP Morgan. Somewhere in the fine print, your name. You stop checking your phone at dinner, not because the work slowed down, because you stopped being afraid of what's on it. Your total compensation is brushing $1 million in a good year. You don't announce this. You've learned that money at this level is kept quiet. The people who talk about it are the people who haven't had it long enough. Managing Director, age 38 to 45. $500,000 base, $500,000 to $2 million plus bonus. There are roughly 3,000 managing directors across JP Morgan globally, out of a firm of 300,000 employees. That is 1%. You are in the 1% of the 1%. Your calendar is not a calendar. It is a geopolitical document. Zurich Tuesday, Riyadh Wednesday, New York board dinner Thursday. You do not carry your own bags. You do not book your own flights. There is a person for that. There is a person for most things now. You have a coverage universe, a list of CEOs and CFOs across your sector whose company milestones you know better than they do. You know when their lockup expires. You know when their competitor last filed. You call them on their birthday, not because you were reminded, because you remembered. The deals that cross your desk have 9 zeros. When you speak in a pitch meeting, the room goes quiet, not out of courtesy, out of deference. You have earned the room. You think sometimes about the 21-year-old in the lobby with one good blazer. The memory doesn't make you sentimental. It makes you precise. That person had nothing but hunger. You made sure the hunger never left. That is the only thing that got you here. Partner Managing Director, age 45 plus, compensation significant, undisclosed, irrelevant. Very few people reach this floor. You don't interview for it. You don't apply. One day, someone above you, someone who has been watching for longer than you knew, makes a call. At this level, you are not an employee of JP Morgan. You are JP Morgan. Your relationships are institutional. Sovereign wealth funds, central bank governors, boards of Fortune 50 companies. You have dinner with people whose decisions move markets. Sometimes you are one of those people. You have stopped measuring your life in compensation. The number is large enough that it has become abstract. What you measure now is legacy. Which junior banker you mentored who just made MD? Which deal reshaped an industry? Which call you made in 2019 that everyone said was wrong and turned out to be right? You walk into the elevator on a quiet Tuesday morning. The lobby is full of summer analysts. One of them is wearing a blazer that was clearly ironed the night before. She is looking at the building like it holds all the answers. You recognize the look. You say nothing. You step into the elevator. The doors close. The view from the 40th floor is exactly what it was the first time you saw it. Glass, steel, Manhattan. You made it.